I'd like to ask everyone to silence their cell phone unless they're medical or law enforcement personnel. I'm Reverend Steve Adkins. I'm the pastor of the church. The restrooms are down the hall, quick right, quick left, if you'd like to use them at any time during the service. There's cold drinks in the refrigerator, hot drinks back through the door. Help yourself at any time for those. I'd like to have Marvin to light 3 candles symbolizing the unity of body, mind, and spirit to start the service. Please stand for the invocation and remain standing for the first hymn. Dear Father God, we give thanks for this time here today. May we feel your true presence with us. May we be able to express that presence to those around us, both known and unknown to us. May we take time to meet someone we didn't know before we came here today. May we take time to share that God presence and see that within the other. May we realize that we are not meant to be by ourselves, that we should share with others in order to grow what we have. May we feel God's presence and guidance and realize that we are protected and cared for. The next portion is a reading by the pastor. This is where I put something into perspective that I've observed and try to process it through a spiritual principle that I'm trying to practice in my life. I'd like to comment first off about the healing service we had last night. It was really nice, having good attendance, a lot of good energy shared and healed. And you'll notice today I'm not wearing blacks or grays, and I got a healing last night, so it was part of my healing. Brightened up a little bit. What I was noticing this morning, I sit out on my back patio, and I live in a rural area where I'm surrounded by a lot of acreage, and everyone out there's got animals and acres of land, so you don't really see too many houses, even though there's quite a number of people living out there. Me and my wife were sitting on the back porch, and we started hearing these birds fighting in the top of this 50 or 60 foot pine tree, and it was a bunch of woodpeckers, the big variegated woodpeckers with the red heads, and they were squalling and fighting, and this one kept on chasing each one of the others until it was the only one in the tree. And it started looking around, started calling for those to come back. And it flew off. So, and I had that happen to me when I was a lot younger. I grew up here in Florida. And all the lakes in Florida used to have a platform out in the middle of them that you'd swim out and swim back. And they don't do that anymore, I guess, because of insurance reasons. And back then it was pretty rural in the lakes. And me and my brothers and friends were playing King of the Raft, and I kept throwing everybody off the raft. I was the older one, and everybody decided they got tired of being thrown off the raft and swam off onto the beach and started doing something else. And I'm standing out there King of the Raft by myself. And this kind of, that kind of reminded me of the birds. So, we have to be careful a lot of the time. We're not meant to be by ourselves. We're meant to be with other people. That's our nature. We can get tired of people a lot of the time, but you can't be by yourself forever. It gets very lonely, it gets very depressing. So I guess you have to realize that while you're trying to ensure your space, realize that you don't have to run everybody off to do it. That people want to be happy, they want to be loved by the people they're around, they want to feel good about the efforts that they're involved in. So I ask you to remember that in your interactions with people. There is I know that I said a few weeks ago about freedom, and your freedoms are limited, they're not unlimited. Your freedoms stop where someone else's start, and you have to remember that also as just a part of the integrity of who you are, not to intrude on other people's freedoms. So I just ask you to think about these things. God wants us to be happy, wants us to be joyous about our spiritual development and our understanding of Spirit. I was raised in a very restrictive religion where it was all penance and punishment before you got to have the good stuff. And that really got heavy on my head, and I've chosen not to be like that. I'm a spiritualist today by conviction and by training, and I enjoy the approach to life with that. Thank you for listening. The next portion of the service is our healing portion, where we have contact healing and a meditation. Ashkhen will be leading the meditation. Would you like to heal today? Sure. I'd like to have Rosa, Lorraine, and Judy do the healing today. We get a healing from Lorraine. She's a healer in training, and she has these in the back. So if you have a noticeable change in what happens to you, fill it out, and she'll give it to the organization that's trying to give her that acknowledgement. We'll begin the healing portion by reading the prayer for spiritual healing on the back of the hymnal in bold. I ask the great unseen healing force to remove all obstructions from my mind and body and to restore me to perfect health. I ask this in all sincerity and honesty, and I will do my part. I ask this great unseen healing force to help all the present and absent ones who are in need of help, and to restore them to perfect health. I put my trust in the love and power of God.
Take in a deep breath. Through your nose. Inhale and exhale. Tension in your physical body. Let go of the thoughts that are occupying your mind. Just let it go for now. Whatever is on your mind, any worries, any concerns. With your exhale, just breathe it out. Let it go. Engage with the mechanism of your breath. While you breathe in and out, feel your breath taking you and deeper within to a very peaceful and quiet presence within yourself. That feels quiet, calm, and soothing. Connect with this peaceful presence while you breathe in and out. Repeat to yourself quietly, I am at peace within. In-breath, I am at peace. peaceful sensations flourishing your body. There are no thoughts, no worries. You are at peace. I am presence. I now call forth a divine healing energy to be here at this time and to provide each one of us with the healings that we need for our mind, body, and spirit. As we call upon the Lord forgiveness, we forgive all those who have hurt us. We forgive those who have caused us pain and suffering. We forgive those who have neglected us, abandoned us. We forgive those who judge us. We forgive. And we detach with love. We let go emotions of fear, anger, resentment. We let go of whatever is holding us back from achieving our highest potentials. Let go of situations, relationships that are interfering with our spiritual growth. We let them go to the light of God that never fails. We ask God, the omnipotent, omnipresent, omniscient, to be in charge of our lives, our existence, our soul and spirit, while we are here in this physical plane on earth. Of universal Christ consciousness, we ask for protection. above your head, above your crown chakra. Become aware of a golden presence in the form of a golden brilliant light. Connect with this golden presence, the highest state of your consciousness. There are no thoughts in this state of consciousness. It is a pure state of being. Connect with this golden presence and breathe. Breathe in this heightened state of awareness. See the energies from this golden light coming down to the crown of your head. See it circulating around your crown chakra. Become aware of your crown chakra. See this golden energy going in and around your crown chakra, healing and clearing your mental body. Opening the blockages. Release and let go of all the thoughts, beliefs that are limiting your highest potentials. Release and let go thoughts of judgments, resistance, release and let go. See this golden energy filling those empty spots with creativity, with highest intelligence, and connecting you to the universal mind, to the mind of God that is infinite, that is pure and perfect. See this golden energy coming down to your forehead and circulating around your third eye in the center of your forehead. opening and activating your third eye to its full potential. Your third eye is the window to the spiritual realms. It is through your third eye you are able to see light beings, ascended light masters, your spiritual teachers, angels, celestial beings. You can even communicate with your loved ones that are in the spirit. See this energy activating your pituitary glands, enhancing your telepathic communications. Become aware of your third eye and see it active and open. Breathe in and breathe out as you look down to your throat chakra. See this golden energy circulating around your throat chakra, clearing, healing, opening the blockages. Enhancing your communication skills, enabling you to speak up your divine right, your divine truth. See this golden energy clearing your throat chakra and balancing. Breathe in and breathe out. So come down to your heart chakra in the center of your chest. Become aware of your heart chakra and see this golden energy coming down to your heart and surrounding your heart chakra from within and without. Clearing, healing, and opening the blockages. Enabling you to give love and receive love. Focus on your heart, and as you look deeper into your heart, you'll see the core of your heart. This is your essence. Your essence is love. And love is God within each one of us, within our heart and soul. Connect to this presence and feel God's unconditional love and compassion flowing through your heart. Enabling to love yourself and others unconditionally with compassion. Feel this love energy expanding and connected to the rhythm of your heart and your breath while you breathe in and out. Feel your heart chakra opening and contracting. Feel the love of God growing bigger and wider. And see this love energy connecting you with the heart of the person next to you. Connecting and growing bigger. Breathe in and breathe out. Feel this love energy that is filling this entire room. The entire building. See it circulating in a slow motion, beautiful rose pink energy. See it extending out of this building, circulating at the top of the city. Expanding further throughout all the states. Feel the strength, the power, the beauty of this loving energy. As it moves, it creates vibrations of love. Just follow this energy and see it extending throughout the world. Envision Mother Earth in front of you and see Mother Earth embraced with this loving energy. Feel this love energy healing the ocean. Touching the mineral kingdoms, the crystals, the animal kingdom, the plant kingdom, see all the resources of our Mother Earth are being touched and healed with this love energy. Envision humanity everywhere around the world are being touched, healed, and embraced with this love energy. Feel the connection that this energy is connecting you with everyone and everything. We have become one within and with all. You are a universal being. You are infinite love. Feel this universal love that is connecting each one of us together. Feel the universal consciousness that is infinite. Breathe your peaceful breath throughout the world. Let your peace create peace everywhere. Let the anger be replaced with compassion. Let the hatred be replaced with love. Let the separation be replaced with unity. Envision Mother Earth in a beautiful and harmonious place. See Mother Earth shining brightly. Breathe in and breathe out. And let your peaceful breath create peace. And let your light shine and enlighten the planet. love and light. And let there be peace on earth. Let it begin with us. Let there be light on earth. Let it begin with us. Let there be love on earth. Let it begin with us. Release those intentions to Mother Earth and to your surroundings. And be the light that you are. And the love that you are. As you feel your peaceful breath bringing you back, become aware of your physical senses. And when you're ready, you can open your eyes to the here and now.
Today we have a lecturer here returning, Dr. Reverend Rosa Machado. She has traveled around the globe doing healing, many different countries, among them Brazil. She's been invited to go to France. She travels all around the U.S., spreading her love and hope and her message of healing. Eons ago, she was a student of mine, so I'm proud to have played a small part in who she is today. She's moved far beyond any teachings I taught her. I'm always proud to see students that do that, become their own, move into their own, and she's certainly done that. So please welcome Dr. Reverend Rosa Machado.
I have a green light. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah. Good. Wow. What a crowd. We packed the house. Must have been a purpose for that. Good, because today we're talking about what is love. You hear all kinds of songs. Tina Turner, what's love got to do with it? Right? We see this little sign up here that says love, an inspired form of giving. Love breathes life into the heart and brings grace to the soul. These are small portions of what love is, isn't it? Love is more than that. In simple terms, love is God. And God is love. It is sharing of that source, that energy of the all, of all creation, of all that exists. It's not separate from anything. It's interconnected. We are interconnected in that love. Love is a healing force. It heals the universe. It doesn't just heal the globe. It doesn't just heal planet Earth. It reaches beyond our borders, beyond all borders. It's a wave of energy that rides constant and continuous, like gratitude. It is the essence of all that is truth. For where there is love, there can be no negativity. Where there is love, there can be no illness. So that's, how does illness start if there is love present? Often it's our impression of that which is outside of ourselves. We perceive it as another individual, perhaps. Someone who's come before us that hasn't shown us the love that we expect. And And that expectation, by the way, anytime we go to an expectation, it's our ego talking, just in case you didn't know. Whenever we expect something more, something greater, we've put ourselves greater than the will of Creator God. I'm not saying you can't have everything. For when you are the representation of that love, you become more than that which you desire. You start to grow into all that you can be. And the reason that exists is because love is within your very soul. It is the essence of whom you are. And it only needs to be allowed. So how do you allow love? Do you let someone come into your life and you just embrace them and say, it's all good? But then they don't reciprocate in some way. Do we become offended, disheartened, confused perhaps? But I'm giving them all this love, and they reject it? Or is it the perception of how that love is being received that draws the line? For there are many different forms of love, aren't there? There's the love of your mother and father, your grandparents, the love of your children, the love of your spouse, which is not the same as the love of your children or your parents or your grandparents. It's a much more intimate love, isn't it, when you're in a relationship? That union, that bond, is often fortified in the intimacy. It expands beyond just chatting one with the other and having a conversation and sharing what's happening on your daily activities and works. It becomes more. It becomes an amplification of the essence of all that you are. And when two come together in that way, that union is extremely powerful. It intertwines. It goes beyond the physical. It goes into a higher dimension, a higher amplification of truth. I believe that everyone has the opportunity to have the perfect love. And that love does not depend on gender, by the way. It does not matter what your specific amplification is for love. Because love resides in many forms, as we've already talked about. And they're all different. You have love for your pets, and sometimes when they leave us, we feel just as devastated as if we had lost a child. Because they become an integral part of our experience. That, and they never have a bad word to say. They greet you at the door always with a smiling face and a happy dog wagging of the tail. The cat will come and purr at your feet. They love you no matter what. Sometimes we don't see that with the humans that we're with. Oh, it's you again. You're back. We don't get to see all the joy in each other sometimes because we are so entrenched in our daily activities that we miss those moments. We get so busy. I often think of the Alabama song. I'm in a hurry to get things done, and I rush and rush until life's no fun. And all I really got to do is live and die. And I'm in a hurry, and I don't know why. When we sit in that space, we miss love at times. We miss the opportunity for love. Because we're not living in that moment. We're not embracing what's happening around us. We're actually not noticing. I remember one time I had gone to Brazil, and I always passed this bougainvillea. It's huge. I mean, it's been there a long time. It's literally a tree. And I was with one of the Brazilian residents. And I said, how beautiful is that bougainvillea? And their response was, when did they plant that? It had been there the entire time and they had not seen it. So you can see how sometimes life, you miss those opportunities to express and see the love that's around you. The beautiful flowers, the dewdrops glistening on the leaves of the morning blossoms. Perhaps you see nature spirits expressing their love for you. At night, maybe you see fireflies. And you say, wow, how beautiful that is. All that an expression of a love of nature, a love of your surroundings. Sometimes in those innate sensations of love, the love of others, the love we receive, we find limitations, don't we? That person has not lived up to some expectation. And if they haven't, we decide that we're going to draw a boundary. Fine, if you're not going to do it, fine, be like that. And at times, that part is like Steve's conversation earlier this morning. Here are these woodpeckers up in a pine tree trying to decide who's the boss. And in the end, one's left alone in solitude and going, where do my friends go? Some kind of boundary was fought over. And in that boundary, now there's no longer one to share that experience, to share that joy, to share that love. It becomes incapable of being involved with others. We see that with kids, don't we? In the sandbox. That's my toy, you can't have it. All I wanted to do was use it for a minute. No, it's mine. And sometimes we see that same expression in adults, because in reality, we have not grown up out of our grade school years. We are still those kids. We are still in that little space of, how do I be okay with whom you are, because really, I'm not loving who I am. I'm not embracing all the wondrous qualities of who I am. And this is where disharmony starts. And it's really not the mirror of the person that's come before you. It's not that person standing in front of you trying to be the reflection of what you want to see, of those expectations. They're just there to show you what you can't see for yourself from the inside. So now they step in front of you and they show you from the outside. They stand there and they say, here I am. Am I annoying you yet? There you go. Yeah. I'm annoyed. And then you wait for them to live up to some expectation that you have. They're going to do this. I just know it. You're waiting for that to happen instead of looking at what is the root cause of that feeling. Why did it come up in the first place? It was there before you even started. Did you ever meet someone that you just met them for the first time and already you were annoyed? I mean, you walk up to them and you go, hi, nice to meet you. Not really, inside you're saying. When can we leave? I don't want to be here anymore. And maybe that's an anxiety that you're struggling with. Or that part of yourself that is struggling with loving something that's different. Different about you. That you get to see outside of you. So when you see that person standing in front of you, think, is that person in front of me the reflection of me? Because if you are in a place where you realize that your thoughts, your thinking, your consciousness is creating the environment around you, you will begin to see that every single person, place, and thing that you bring into your life experience, you brought. You are a part of that consciousness. You are affecting the external environment. It doesn't start out here and come in here. It starts in here and is propelled out here. So if you perceive lack of abundance, it's because you don't love yourself enough to know that you can have it. Because the whole world's telling you, oh no, that's not you. Well, you can go on with the collective consciousness of limitation, destruction, devastation, or you can make a stand within yourself. I love myself enough to be abundant. I love myself because abundance comes in many forms. I have abundant health. I have abundant friends. I have abundant lovers, maybe. That would be a field to play, hey. Probably not. But I have abundant love. And you know those people when you meet them. You can feel the joy in their heart. You can see it in their eyes. You can see it in their spirit. They become the essence of, I want to meet them again. I want to be around them. I want to hang out. What are they like when you're just hanging out? Are they really like this, or is this like some facade? There's an expectation again. And anytime we go to that place where we're expecting something, we're ruling out that divinity within ourselves. And it's not so much in the other person. So to be the expression of love, we have to treat others kindly, don't we? We have to have honesty in our relationships. Not too honesty, okay? It's not like you're going to go over there and say, hey, listen, you know what you did yesterday with that person? Totally not okay. Because then you're being judgmental, aren't you? But you can say, did you see what you said to that person? Did you hear yourself? How would you have felt if those words were said to you? Put yourself in the other person's shoes first. Look at what you're saying. One of the biggest things that's taught in the teachings of the Buddhist is mindfulness. And in the Hindu culture as well. We need to be mindful before we allow those thoughts to leave our minds. We need to catch them and say, would I speak to myself in this way? Would I be unkind? Would I say these words that would cause pain or suffering? If I were to hear these words, would they hurt me? Because I will tell you, they do. Before you ever leave them here, they come back like a tornado, spinning back against you. No sooner are they spoken out your mouth that they come back and they hit you with a 2x4 that says, oh, where did that come from? Because we reap what we sow. That's what Scripture says. The seed that I sow either produces fruit or weeds. I'm responsible for my words. I'm responsible for my actions, for my thoughts, for my behavior, and how I treat my brothers and sisters. You are my brothers and sisters. You are my neighbors. You are my colleagues. You are my friends. You are my family. We are not separate one from the other. We are all interconnected. You would be my family of choice, right? As opposed to my family of origin. Because you didn't grow up in my home. And we don't know what each other's home lives were like. So how can we come to a place where we might not feel love for another if we have not, like the Indian said, walked a mile in my moccasins to experience what I've experienced? Everyone is different. When we treat others, we treat them with fairness, with compassion. Perhaps we give them helpfulness and care. We share with them the light of love. Because that light and love comes in many ways. It could be a shoulder to cry on when the day is so awful that you didn't think you could handle it. And you were this far away from doing something that would hurt yourself. And that doesn't end there. People that hurt themselves, it's not just them that become hurt, it's everyone around them that becomes hurt. Everyone feels the pain, don't they? Friends, colleagues, family members, all of them. Because there's love present. And the loss is a loss of love. So if you can say the perfect ingredients for love are to be the expression of God in action, to walk your day as if you were God walking on earth today, what would he do, or she? What would that creation do? That's what I love about nature. Have you ever noticed there's an area of woods that they built a small cabin, but after time the people moved out and it became dilapidated, and then nature creeped in and it began to regenerate it with love. The vines start to wrap around the oldness of the home, and then that home just simply begins to disintegrate into the quality of what nature is. Nature embraced the destruction. Nature embraced the negative in its environment. How many of us can say that we do that? That we can embrace without judgment that which is just outside of us, without having walked in those shoes and lived that life. Knowing that you are a part of God, maybe that helps you. Maybe that gives you a little light on the subject. Knowing that every other person that you meet is also a part of God might give you a better representation of you reap what you sow. Because that love is inseparable, isn't it? Yeah, like Steve here, I grew up in a Catholic environment. And it was hellfire and brimstone. You know, if you didn't do it right, you were going to H-E double hockey sticks, I used to say. And because I had a different view on life, a different impression, it was difficult for me. But no one lived my experience but me. And somewhere in there, I had to come to an understanding that I was different. And it was okay. It was okay to be different. It wasn't bad to be different. And yeah, I talked to invisible people that weren't there. So my friends would make fun of me and say, you and your invisible friends. And I'd shrug my shoulders. Then, as I got older, I started to realize, wow, not everybody sees like I do. I didn't realize that until time had passed. Wow, I didn't realize that person was going through such turmoil until I heard someone had passed. How many of us have been in that boat? So when we listen to ourselves, our God self, we need to listen from the heart of love. Living the kind of life that engenders that quality of self-love. That quality that you are the reflection of one gigantic heart that you see on Valentine's Day. It's just pulsating, saying, I love you, I love you, I love you. I know that might sound a little outrageous, but could you imagine a world with people that walked around like that? What would happen? Love, not concerned with the color of their skin, their religious background or belief system, whether they're poor, middle class, or rich. They're just people too, that also need to experience love, or are the reflection of it. They all have problems. I used to joke and say, you know, a poor person approaches it in a Volkswagen, but now they're as expensive as the regular car. Or they approach it in a Rolls Royce or a Bentley. They still have problems. It's no different. Those circumstances may be perceived by many that financially they're able to overcome them. But those people still have issues and concerns because their problem comes to a point where perhaps they're only being loved for their money. We don't know. We don't live in their shoes. And the poor person sometimes is more giving than that wealthy person. Because if you turned around and went out to a homeless person that was eating a sandwich on the side of the road and said to them, I haven't eaten in a really long time, would you mind sharing? They'd probably say, sure, and tear a part of their food and hand it to you. That's love. I've been where you are, my brothers and sisters, and I love you. I've been through tough times myself, as many of you are aware. And in those tough times, I had to learn to love myself, and I thought I did. But it was with the sitting in that meditative state that I truly became the essence of that love, where I felt the radiance of God's love, that golden beam of light, and that white and blue flame that surrounded and encompassed me in this sacred space that said, child of mine, you are so loved, and grateful are we for your love. It's difficult to experience that when we're looking for it in a physical sense, isn't it? We're looking for tangibility, that person that can hug us, to hold us and love us. That person that will kiss us in the morning when we wake up and be right there next to us, laying by our side in the evening. And we know that they're there to listen to us. Then we're living the kind of life that expresses that feeling of love. You're feeling the joy of yourself. And when you see others in love, you experience their joy, don't you? I love it when my niece recently got engaged. And when she got engaged, she couldn't wait to tell the world. She wanted to share that love, that moment, that preciousness of that time. Because it's a time of great energy. Two individuals have decided that they are willing to commit one to the other. And that's a great love. So when we come to that joyful part, sometimes we also have to come to a state of forgiveness. We have to come to a place where we're willing to forgive another for some words they may have said to us that at the time we were not in a space to hear. Has anyone ever experienced that? I have a few nods. Yeah, there's quite a few nods. One of the biggest parts is to forgive ourselves. To forgive that part of ourselves that was, at that moment, not the expression of all that is love. And to say, wow, not I'm bad, or I did something wrong, or I'm ashamed, or I'm guilty, but I made a mistake. And I learned from the mistake I made. And I won't make it again. Until next time. Because we are human. We see it in society. We continue to repeat patterns. Albert Einstein says we cannot resolve the problems of the past with the same thinking. We must have new thinking in order to resolve the problems. That new thinking is that I am an expression of all that is love. Every word that proceeds from my mouth will be that same expression. I will share the light of my love with the world. I will not talk badly about anyone. For then I am in a state of gossip and malice. And those thoughts not only hurt the person that I'm speaking of, but they hurt me. They come back into my own being because they are resonating within your own cellular structure. You are 70% water, and you all have seen what Yomoto's water crystals look like when you express love. They're beautiful, but when you express anger or thoughts of negativity, they become mutated and ugly. You don't want to be ugly. You want to be the essence of all that is beauty from the inside out. You want to share that light so that when people see you, they see the beauty that you are, that is not just skin deep, but to the core of you. It is the essence of your heart. It is your walk. It is your talk. And they unite in a prayerful space. They're not divergent. They become whole. You become that expression. When you become that expression, you become that feeling, that peace. You don't have that craziness, chaos, and things that are going on in your life. You don't have to feel like you need to run away. And sometimes that peace requires you to have a sanctuary. In Scripture it says, make your sanctuary in a closet. Nobody ever goes there. That's why they said that. You go there, you pick up your clothes in the morning, that's it for the day. You don't see a bunch of your friends hanging out in your closet when they come over, do they? They don't. It's a very limited access area. Not many people move through there. You do. Maybe your spouse does. So the energy and vibration of that location will stay consistent. It will not be disturbed. You don't have your friends coming over or your neighbors looking through your clothes. Not usually. If you do, you're doing something different. And I won't discuss that. Because that's not my place. In that same state, when we have that peaceful heart, we have a peaceful, loving mind.